possess a rare ability, the ability to analyze your own speech and know whether you are feeding or draining your power. You will learn to feel when a conversation strengthens your purpose and when it dilutes it. You will know when silence is strength and when words are command. Most men never develop that sense. They mistake talk for progress. They believe movement of the tongue equals movement of destiny. But destiny does not answer noise. It answers definiteness. Ask yourself, how many of your goals have you killed with conversation? How many times have you announced your intent, received a compliment, and then never followed through? How many times have you let the judgment of others cause you to abandon an idea that once burned in your soul? The crowd does not destroy the dreamer through malice, but through mediocrity. They will drown your fire in their doubts, not out of hatred, but out of habit. And if you are careless, their disbelief will become your own. Silence is not secrecy, it is protection. Speech is not sharing, it is power, and when used with purpose. When this lesson is finished, you will be able to measure your words as the wealthy measure gold, not by quantity, but by worth. You will see that silence is the shield of the wise, and that the man who guards his plans guards his destiny. I will show you the difference between speech that strengthens and speech that destroys, between talk that builds empires and talk that buries them, between the voice of the mastermind and the noise of the multitude. But before we reach that point, promise yourself this, that you will no longer speak idly of your dreams, that you will no longer trade faith for validation, that you will no longer explain to those who cannot understand. The world will know your plan soon enough when it becomes visible through results. Until then, speak little, act much, and remember, a wise man counts his words as a banker counts his gold. Your silence is not weakness, it is strength under command. And after this message, you will know exactly how to use it. The first sign, you speak to be praised, not to be understood. There is a weakness that has ruined more men than failure, more dreams than poverty, more plans than ignorance, the hunger to be praised before one has earned it. Every man is born with the desire to prove his worth, but when that desire is fed by applause before achievement, the fire that should drive him dies in its own smoke. Words of approval are sweet, but they are poison when taken too soon. Every time you speak of what you intend to do, you feed the illusion that you have already done it. The subconscious mind, unable to distinguish between talk and work, relaxes. It believes progress has been made. And so the very act of telling another what you will do becomes the reason you never do it. You have traded the satisfaction of accomplishment for the counterfeit comfort of praise. Talk is counterfeit action. It is the noise of intention without the substance of labor. The man who spends his energy describing his dreams leaves none for their construction. Each word of premature talk drains the reservoir of persistence that could have built an empire in silence. The wise man knows that words are tools, not toys. He uses them sparingly, for he knows their weight. The moment you seek validation for your plans, you divide your energy. Half goes toward creation, the other half toward convincing others. One builds, the other dissipates. The man of purpose does not ask, "What will they think of me?" but rather, "What must I think of myself if I do not act?" Approval is the tax the weak pay to feel strong. Thomas Edison understood this law better than most. When he set out to create the electric light, he did not announce his plan to the world. He told no one how many failures he had met, no one how close he was to success. While others talked of impossibility, he worked in silence. For years, his lab was his world and his secret. He understood that progress made in solitude builds power. Progress spoken too soon builds spectators. Edison's silence was not secrecy, it was protection. He guarded his thought from disbelief